All right, I'll give you the go-ahead in just a few seconds.
Thank you.
You're live.
Thank you, members. The House will please come back to order. We are continuing with our consideration. Boy, Chief Clerk, we're on
House Bill 49.
House Bill 49, and we do have another amendment, I believe. I got to refresh because it didn't come up. Chief Clerk, I'm not getting another amendment to come up when I refresh.
Should be 3002.
Okay, I'll try again.
Mr. Speaker, it's Representative Worf, if that helps you.
Be sure that you've selected House Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll try it again. I'll be darned. Well, I'm not finding it, but we have another amendment to House Bill 49, Representative Worf.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would move third reading amendment 2 to House Bill 49. And I'll move that and then I'll go through it briefly. What this amendment does, to me, I've heard a lot of discussions about policies, and the title of this bill is Agency Fee Revisions. And I believe that we made some policy changes in this bill when we started giving authority for them to promulgate rules. There's some agencies that already have that authority, but that's really what I asked LSO to do, is to help me pull that out. So what they did is they went back through on page 1, line 5, after fees, it deletes the balance of the line. On page 1, line 6, it deletes through the word applications. On page 1, line 13, it deletes 14-3-214 sub F. Page 2, line 1, after 3511-14C, it deletes the comma and it inserts and, deletes and 35-20-16A. Then on page 3, it deletes lines 10 through 23 entirely. On page 4, lines 1 through 23, it deletes them entirely. Page 5, lines 1 through 9, it deletes them entirely. Page 15, lines 19 through 22, it deletes entirely. Page 16, lines 1 through 23, it deletes entirely. And then on page 17, lines 1 through 23, it deletes them as well. And so, Mr. Chairman, that's what this amendment does. Like I said, I think in my mind, we've started making policy changes in this bill that is just supposed to be dealing with fee revision. So for that reason, Mr. Chairman, I would respectfully ask that the body support this amendment. And with that, I'll turn it back over to the body. You're muted.
Thank you very much, members. Thank you, Representative Worf. I apologize. I did finally get the amendment pulled up, but I thank the Chief Clerk for running me down a hard copy. First time, Representative Larson Lloyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I think I need to apologize to the body. I don't think I've done a very good job of explaining why this fee proposal is in here. And hopefully I can do a little better job of this afternoon. I think first off, it's important for the body to understand that this comes under the Department of Family Services, who has responsibility of administering the central registry. Now, you'll note that the good representative from down in the land where they used to make bricks is referencing in really on page 3, and then he goes back to page 15. Those are both, that's both central registry stuff, but one has to deal with child protective service, child protection cases. That's on page 3, and for the stuff that he references there. And then on 15 and 16 is vulnerable adults. So if somebody, and so central registry was created in federal legislation in 1977, and then Wyoming adopted it in 1982, and then finally completed everything in 1986, and it's been in our statutes since then. I don't know when we started. I reached out and tried to find out when we started providing the central registry reports, but what that is if the central registry was required, DFS was required to keep on file a list of violations that for child abuse or that are civil cases, and for vulnerable adult abuse cases. And then there came a time where employers said, we've got this employee that wants to be an employee of ours at this long-term care facility or at a child care facility or something of that nature, and we want to know if they've ever been if they're on the central registry. And so the department has been providing those reports probably since the mid-'80s. And that has partially been funded by general fund dollars, and then they're allowed to charge a fee of $10. And so it's kind of a hybrid of an enterprise system and a general funded program. And I think part of the logic there is that those in the private sector wanting this information should help cover the costs of administering that. If we were to walk through the wonderful land of our supplemental budget, and you were in Agency 49, and you happen to turn to and stumble across on page 43, you'd find in that agency, which is Department of Family Services, their Unit 5904, which is this juvenile justice portion. And in there, it outlines that this fee brings in about $322,000 a year, and our cost for the program is about $500,000 a year. What this department, and this is getting down to the reason it's in there, is in the governor's request to the departments to make their budget cuts in their step 3, they want to make this central registry 100% enterprise program and not use any general funds. So then in their step 3, they take a $112,000 cut from this central registry, and they would like to move that burden on to this fund. And so in able to do that, removing that, they need or would like to have the ability then to adjust these funds when necessary to ensure that the fee, that the funds generated from the fees will cost for the program as it's provided to the state. Mr. Chairman, you'll recall prior to House Bill 49 being introduced in Committee of the Whole, our good Speaker Pro Tem made a comment to one of the other agencies on why we were putting statutes in, or why we were putting fee increases into statutes, and why weren't we allowing that to be done by that respective agency by rule. And then we've seen just the opposite in this bill, where we're giving some definition in statute and So we see a combination of establishment of fees by rule and statute, all in all our agencies. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that we're making a policy change, but we're saying that they get to, by rule, would be able to adjust this fee as necessary. This fee currently has about $2 million in it. The burn rate would be about 8 years. If everything remains static. So when we have this agency come before us in appropriations, and frankly, you do as well, you could look at Fund 109 as you waltz through Unit 5904 in the budget book and make that question. And if you felt that those fees that there was too much into that fund, that we were charging too much, we can address that then. But it's important that the fund be able to take care of itself, and that we be able to remove this off from the general fund and let them make the cuts that they need to. So I appreciate the thought that was put into this amendment, and I respect his position that we shouldn't be creating new policy in there. I don't believe this does that, and would urge you to vote against the amendment.
Question.
Thank you very much. Any further discussion? Anyone else for their first time? First time, Chairman Nicholas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So the director of this agency is actually really done a marvelous job of accepting the step 2 and step 3 cuts that we are mandatorily imposing on the agency, and it probably has done one of the best jobs of agencies of figuring out how and where to cut, and how to then find other dollars to at least provide the essential services that she's required to do. And it's just, all of us, after her presentation, we kind of look at each other and we're going, wow, if every director had took this matter in the same fashion and figured out the same results, it would be make our job a whole heck of a lot easier, and our scrutinizing ability. She really has done a great job. And so, and I would respectfully say as well that this is a very logical, thought through remedy that she's came up with and she proposed to us. And so I would really appreciate your support in this and on and against the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other member for their first time? First time before the sponsor? First time before second time before the sponsor? Anyone for their first time? Representative Larson, Dan.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I'm on and in support of this amendment. I'm not sure if I want to give the agency the leeway to adjust that amount to whatever they desire. I don't see anything in there that there's a maximum or anything like that. So I'm in favor of the amendment.
Thank you very much, Representative Larson. Any other member for their first time? First time. Members for their first time, members for their second time before the sponsor. Second time before the sponsor. Representative Larson, Lloyd.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to clear up something where I lied to the body. I indicated that this was part of the agency's step 3 reductions. It was part of their step 2 reductions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member for their second time? Second time before the sponsor. To the sponsor, Representative Worf.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I do appreciate the kind words. It's not easy to do this, but I do believe that the body needs to understand that we are abrogating our authority to these departments, and I think that it's a mistake. The current process had in statute that all these things came back to us through the budgeting process, and I would urge the body to stand in support of this amendment and maintain the legislative oversight of these departments and agencies. And I don't say that to slight the departments that have put in the energy and the effort to come up with the proposals. They can still come back to this body and make those requests. And I think that's the way our founding fathers envisioned this. I don't think they ever envisioned that we'd have department heads that aren't elected deciding how people are taxed. And like it or not, some of these fees are, in essence, a tax on the people. So I would ask this body to support this amendment. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. So members, we're voting on third reading amendment number 2 to House Bill 49. All those in favor of the amendment, please raise your hand to your screen. Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. The amendment has failed.
Division?
Division being called. Chief Clerk, please call the roll on third reading amendment number 2 to House Bill 49.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
No.
Bear.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown.
Excused.
Burkhart.
No.
Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
No.
Clifford.
No.
Connolly.
No.
Craigo.
No.
Duncan.
No.
Eklund.
No.
Air. Air. Flitner.
No.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer.
No.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
No.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
No.
Hunt.
No.
Jennings.
Aye.
Kenner.
No.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
No.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
No.
Martinez.
Nope.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom.
No.
Nicholas.
No.
Oakley.
No.
Obermuller.
No.
O'Hearn.
No.
Olson.
Nope.
Ottman.
Aye.
Paxton.
No.
Provenza.
Aye. No, sorry.
Provenza, no.
No.
Roscoe.
No.
Schwartz.
No.
Sherwood.
No.
Simpson.
No.
Summers.
No.
Stith.
No.
Stivar.
Aye.
Sweeney.
No.
Walters.
No.
Washit.
No.
Western.
No.
Worf.
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
No.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
No.
Zwanitzer.
No.
Mr. Speaker.
No.
Air.
Aye.
Closing vote. Are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 20 aye, 39 no, 1 excused.
The amendment has failed. House Bill 49, House Bill 49, having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
No.
Baker.
No.
Banks.
Aye.
Bear,
No.
Blackburn,
Aye.
Brown, excused. Burkhart,
Aye.
Burt,
No.
Clausen,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Connolly,
Aye.
Crago,
Aye.
Duncan,
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Repeat, please.
Aye.
Air,
Aye.
Flitner,
Aye.
Fortner,
No.
Gray,
No.
Greer,
Aye.
Hallinan,
No.
Haroldson,
No.
Harshman,
Aye.
Heiner,
No.
Henderson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
Aye.
Larson Lloyd,
Aye.
Larson Dan,
No.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Martinez.
That's an aye.
I can't hear you. Martinez,
Aye.
Nyman,
No.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
Aye.
Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman,
No.
Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
Aye.
Summers,
Aye.
Stith,
Aye.
Dybar,
No.
Sweeney,
Aye.
Walters,
Aye.
Washut, Washut, Western,
Aye.
Wharf,
No.
Williams,
No.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter,
No.
Yin,
Aye.
Zwanitzer,
Aye.
Mr. Speaker,
Aye.
Washut,
Excused.
excused. Closing vote, are there any changes? Closing vote. Hunt, aye to no. Further changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 40 aye, 18 no, 2 excused.
Members, House Bill 49, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, House Bill 49 has passed the House. Now, members will be on Senate File 29 and 54. These are the two bills removed from the consent list. The first for our consideration is Senate File 29.
Senate File 29, sponsored by Corporations, Elections, and Political Subdivisions, revised uniform law on notarial acts, an act relating to notaries, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming. And there is an amendment.
Thank you, Chief Clerk. We do have an amendment, third reading amendment number 1. Representative Jennings.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move third reading amendment to Senate File number 29 and ask for your favorable consideration. And I will withdraw it at the proper time. So, members, I am always resident to do this because I don't want to belabor the vote too terribly far out there, but I had heartburn about this bill when we first brought it through the other day. And so through reaching out, I had a couple of more questions that I think that maybe the body, for personal edification, maybe some for the body, should discuss a little bit more. So on this notarial act, I couldn't find any place, and somebody, maybe the good presenter from the other day can answer these, but maybe it'll bring a little more discussion. it doesn't seem to address the maintenance of a digital journal. So my question would be, what prevents edits or modifications after a notarization has occurred? And then secondly, it had been brought to my attention by some other people that it applies to licensed agents, but not to underwriters. And although I served on corporations for a couple of years, these bills are still very large and confusing. And third, how about, it's kind of related to the first one, the retention, it doesn't seem to be addressed about the disposal of this digital consumers' information. How does that taken care of? And so I felt like that we ought to have a little bit more discussion on those three matters. If somebody would clarify, I'm kind of hesitant on this bill anyway, but this might help me. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any member for their first time? Vice Chairman Duncan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The journal is actually for protection of the actual notary. It just serves the purpose of notifying, of keeping a record of who you've notarized in case a problem arises or a question happens in the authentication of who it is that is coming in front of you. It's a protection for the notary. Has nothing to do with really anything else. It's just to protect you, to ensure that you're not fraud, so that you can protect yourself from fraud. The other part is the whole intense, another part of this bill is to authorize the Secretary of State, to have authorization to be able to put some parameters on and go after somebody if there is fraud or if there is a problem. So we didn't have that provision previously, and so law enforcement did come to the Secretary of State's office and ask for this provision so that they had some parameters to be able to go after people. So the Secretary of State needed the authority to even proceed. So please don't let something this simple be the reason not to vote for this. It had overwhelming response by all the entities involved who were involved from the beginning, and it was highly received and recommended changes.
Thank you. Any other member for their first time? Any other member for their first time? Seeing none, we're second time before the sponsor. Second time before the sponsor, to the sponsor. Representative Jennings.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate that explanation. Like I said, this is kind of out of my, I don't do this very often. I only show up for a notary if I'm selling something or buying something. I'm still a little bit hesitant on what happens to the consumer's information and how it's protected, and we're in a digital world that is not always as safe as we'd like to see it. And so I still have some reservations, but with that, I will withdraw the motion, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Representative. Senate File 29, having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Fair.
Aye.
Blackburn. Blackburn. Brown excused. Burkhart.
Aye.
Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer,
Aye.
Hallinan,
Aye.
Haroldson,
Aye.
Harshman,
Aye.
Heiner,
Aye.
Henderson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
Aye.
Larson Lloyd,
Aye.
Larson Dan,
Aye.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Nyman,
Aye.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
Aye.
Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman,
No.
Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
Aye.
Summers,
Aye.
Stith,
Aye.
Stivar,
No.
Sweeney,
Aye.
Walters,
Aye.
Washut,
Aye.
Western,
Aye.
Worf,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter.
No.
Repeat, please. Winter,
No.
Yin,
Aye.
Zwanitzer.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker,
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Closing vote. Are there any changes? Fortner, aye to no. Further changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 54 aye, 5 no, 1 excused.
Thank you, Chief Clerk. Senate File 29, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, Senate File 29 has passed the House. Next bill for our consideration is Senate File 54.
Senate File 54, sponsored by Labor, Health, and Social Services, Statewide Health Information Exchange Codification, an act relating to the administration of government, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
There is an amendment. Representative Jennings.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd move third reading amendment to Senate File 54 and ask for your favorable consideration. We'll withdraw it at the proper time. So members, this one is a little bit different than the last one. Last one gave me some heartburn and still does a little bit, but this one gives me quite a bit. On page 2 and through all the little Romanettes, fees shall be established by rules promulgated. And you see that that always gives me a pause for concern. I don't know. I just think that we're abrogating our obligations there. I don't also noticed a second thing that I'm not sure where they're going to be allowed to set the rules, and then they're going to charge a reasonable participation fee. But then what happens if they overcharge? Where does that extra money go? And I couldn't see that in this. And so with that, I'll let the body discuss it if they would like. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any member for their first time? Chairman Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and against the amendment and for the bill. As to the fees, these are to be established by rule as it shows on lines 15 and 16 in accordance with the Administrative Procedure Act, which I have been fortunate enough to not have to suffer through too many experiences with that, but does involve public notice, meetings, and that sort of thing. So people have plenty of opportunity. Those who are physicians or hospitals would certainly have the freedom to make comment as they wish, and the board that runs that is made up of those providers who will be the ones who are paying the fees. So I think that actually that will be far more responsive to them than a legislative body that meets once a year. So that would be the first point there. I would also just point out, seeing as it's a general delete the enacting clause bill, that this bill is specific to the setting of the fees. The health information exchange has existed for some number of years. So if the bill doesn't pass, then we will merely pay for the program out of general funds. So I think the providers who use the service, this is their idea to make it self-sufficient for themselves. And I think that that's a super idea. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, but you're on mute there. On for the amendment against the bill. I've been against.
Representative Stivar, sorry, since I wasn't been streaming live, let me go ahead and do this properly without the mute button. So Representative Stivar for your first time, and then Duncan, then Olson. Representative Stivar, my apologies.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and for the amendment against the bill. I've been in the committee and I've not liked this from day one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have Representative Duncan. Somebody needs to mute out there. I can't tell who it is, but Representative Duncan and then Olson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and against the amendment, but definitely for the bill. We have a lot of conversation about the fact that we want to cut government spending. We want to decrease the amount of government intrusion. We want to not be spending, yet here we have industry come to us, say that they're willing to pay for this service to continue it, and then we're going to object to that? We're not paying for it anymore. We're not putting it, it's not in the general fund anymore. So private industry is now paying for something that we have mandated, and they're going to pay for it. I don't quite understand the argument here. So on and for the bill.
Thank you very much. I have Representative Chairman Olson, then Representative Gray, and then Representative Wharf. Chairman Olson.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and against the amendment and for the bill, I hope it's clear to the members what the bill does if you do not vote for it, and what would occur financially if you don't vote for the bill. Because based on the conversation on previous readings and based on where this conversation is starting to head, I'm not sure that some members understand what the bill's doing. The good chairman of Labor made this point, but I want to reiterate it. The exchange already exists. If you do not like the statewide health information exchange, or you do not like certain things about it, and you vote against this bill, that will not change the existence of the exchange. So that's important to know. Okay, so then number two, and if you have an issue with the exchange, that's fair. You just need to bring legislation to fix that or deal with that issue. But a vote against this bill won't accomplish any change to the exchange if you have an issue with the way it is administered or created. Number two, the fee. If you vote against this bill, you will not save the state of Wyoming money. You will spend from the general fund of the state of Wyoming. If you vote for this bill, people who utilize the system or providers that utilize the system will pay for their use. That means they will pay for what they use, and the taxpayers will not subsidize their use. In other words, to put it a way that it's been said, I think many times in the legislature, it will not be on the backs of the taxpayers. So I think you need to think about those two concepts when considering your vote on this bill. If you want to save money for the general fund, then you need to vote for this bill. And if you have issues with the program, you need to address those, but voting against this bill won't do that. So I strongly against the amendment and for the bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I have Representative Gray and then Representative Wharf and then Madam Minority Floor Leader Conley. Representative Gray, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First for a second. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Representative Wharf.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I guess maybe I need to explain why I see this bill differently than I did House Bill 49. You see the title of this bill, it actually talks about the codification, and it was discussed. I really do not like giving the departments the ability to promulgate rules because I do think it's an abrogation of our authority as legislators. We're transferring this from the legislative body to the executive branch, and people need to understand that that is the process. When we give it to the department, now the department answers to the executive branch. And yes, the legislative body can address this through the budget, but not as much as we can today. So it is a substantial change. And that's why I spoke against it in House Bill 49. That was not discussed in the fee revisions in my mind. I am new to the Labor and Health Committee, but I know this was an interim bill. I know it was put out. I really don't like allowing the departments to promulgate the fee increases. I think that's a mistake on our part. But as a team player, I voted to support the bill because it went through our committee during the interim process. And for that, I think it's a good discussion to have. And I think it's important for this body to understand anytime we abrogate our authority to the department, we are transferring that authority from the legislative body to the executive branch. And I think that's important to understand that. So with that, I expect that this will probably be withdrawn, but I do support the bill. And I just want to leave that as my testimony. Thanks, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Wharf. Madam Minority Floor Leader Conley, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and against the amendment and in favor of the bill. We've heard some really compelling explanations about how this bill actually saves us money. I think we've heard from the good chairwoman of Labor Health, the vice chair of Minerals, the chair of Judiciary. This literally saves us money. Next, every state agency promulgates rules and regs. Here as well as elsewhere. Of course they do. And there's a process for review. There's a process for public participation. There's a process for review. And then we can come back and change it if we want, right? If we are going to be, I honestly don't think that we could be meeting around the clock 365 days a year to promulgate every rule and regulation in every state agency. It's just not the way that state government works. We are not abrogating our responsibilities by having a state agency do the job that we charge them to do. We have a tremendous amount of oversight through both policy as well as through appropriation. But I want to bring up this conversation to another level about what I believe that this bill does that benefits the citizens of Wyoming. Again, as it has been pointed out, the health information exchange is not going away if we don't pass this bill. But what this does do is codify what I would call an experiment in session law. It works. It works for our citizens. We are a rural community. The need for us as individuals and family members to take our health records to communities 100 miles away, because that is the person where you have an orthopedic surgeon or you have a pediatric cardiologist, is a reality here. It's not as if we go down the street and choose which physician to use. We need our records to be secure. We need them to be able to be transported in ways that we will opt into and that can help our rural citizens. This is an incredible benefit for the state, and I would ask you to vote in favor of the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member for their first time, Representative Fortner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First for second, please.
Thank you, Representative. Any other member for their first time? Representative Knapp.
First for second.
Thank you, Representative. Any other member for their first time? Member for their first time? Going once, going twice, member for their first time? Any member for their second time? Second time before the sponsor. Second time before the sponsor. Representative Gray for your second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am in support of the amendment and opposed to the bill. I wasn't going to speak on it, but whenever we get into these third reading enacting clause amendments and there are arguments brought that I don't think tell the whole story, I just have a hard time letting them just sit out there. First, the whole concept that, well, this doesn't get rid of, the passage of this doesn't get rid of the system. If you're opposed to this system, you shouldn't want to codify it. So the idea that, well, even if you're opposed to this, you should be for the bill, I just really reject that. I mean, it's codifying this system is making it much more unlikely to potentially be repealed in the future. So I reject the notion that if you're opposed to this, then it doesn't matter whether you vote aye or not. The other thing that I'd like to say too is, the notion that the executive branch through the Administrative Procedures Act issuing fees is somehow analogous to the legislature. The key difference, and I think this is really important in light of the last bill too, because we're getting away from this, is the key difference is that a member of the executive branch can't be removed from office. They can't be unelected. And so that's a key difference. When you have a member of the executive branch, an appointed member of the executive branch setting fees, that's removing a key part of the small r Republican process of government, and it's something that the legislative branches do all the time. It's a trend at the federal and state levels because sometimes legislatures may not like the heat or whatever. That's one possible motivation. Maybe it's not the motivation. I can't get in people's heads, but it's definitely a trend in our nation's history. And there's a key difference when a fee change goes through a appointed executive committee or an executive branch. And just because there's an Administrative Procedures Act, that doesn't cut it in terms of what you're losing when it's not going through the legislature. So just wanted to push back on those arguments, and I'd urge a no vote on the bill and an aye vote on the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other member for their second time? Representative Knapp, and then Chairman Wilson. Representative Knapp.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the amendment and against the bill, I do like the idea of the exchange, and I understand it's running already, but it was termed as an experiment in session. And I have a deep concern with the privacy protection for the public with this. And for that reason, I don't think it's ready to be codified. Thank you.
Chairman Wilson for your second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When I was teaching high school, I used to tell my students that not every synapse that fires in your head should come out of your mouth. So I'm not going to say everything that might have occurred to me. I will say, though, that I think we want certain things in this state. I think we want better access to telehealth services. I think we want lower healthcare costs. And I don't think we want to reveal all our cybersecurity protections over the internet. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to reveal any because I don't know the cybersecurity secrets. I think that the exchange is working well. It is doing what we want, which is increasing the patient's access to care through multiple providers. It is lowering costs. And if we're worried about not having, that the legislature should be involved in setting all fees, I look forward perhaps in the next session to bring the entire book of all Medicaid fees that we pay to providers, and we'll divvy them up. I think there must be maybe 20,000 or so, and we can dole them out, and you can decide how much to pay for a fractured hip, how much to pay for a fractured double hip, how much to pay for the knee, how much to pay for the ankle, and how much to pay for an EKG, how much to pay for an EKG on a person over 65 or whatever. I mean, obviously I'm being a little ridiculous, but I think we're not really thinking that through. And I think with that, I'm against the amendment for the bill, and I think now it's time for me to shut up.
Good timing, Chairman Wilson. Vice Chairman Duncan, please. This is on second time. This is third reading amendment number 1.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's very hard to follow our Chairman of Labor. She always has those one-line zingers, and it's well needed after lunch. So thank you very much. However, keep in mind, body, that this has been in place. We have had this going. You've all experienced it, and it's been going consistently without really much of a problem. As far as cybersecurity and your privacy, I would think that you would be aware if you had any breaches, and you would be able to have the chance to take care of it. If you didn't want this, remember in the presentation of the bill, you have the option to go to your provider and ask to opt out. That would mean you get to carry your little folder. Some of them are this thick, some of them are this thick, and you get to walk that folder from your provider to provider. And keep in mind, you better not set it down on the table, because someone might go through it while you're answering your phone and not paying attention, or someone might take a picture of it or something like that. So that's less secure than cybersecurity of having it secure in the system. Also keep in mind that what if you are in an accident and you are unconscious? You don't have family nearby. No one knows what you're highly allergic to, or different things, medicines that you may currently be on. So that's a consideration. And I could just go on and on. So today and age, as far as privacy is concerned, it's already happening. We are already experiencing this program. All we're doing is we're no longer paying for it. The providers are paying for it. So with that, I'm sorry, I won't say any more.
Thank you. Any other member for their second time before the sponsor, to the sponsor, Representative Jennings.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank the body for the robust discussion. I'd like to push back a little bit on a couple of things there. I think that's one of my heartburns is that we should opt in and not out. So most people will never even consider that option to opt out. And in response to one of the other statements was, should the government is mandating this? Well, I'd respond to that by saying, should government have been mandating this in the first place? And the state's not going to pay. Well, our constituents, the patients, are going to pay. They're going to pay that extra, and it's not a huge amount. I get that. And then lastly, I would point out that this grand deal did not work for me. If they had used the digital records for me and pushed that out to another provider, I well could have been one of those people that was prescribed something that I was highly allergic to. So on and against the bill. At this time, I will withdraw. I'd ask for your no vote. I will withdraw the amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Representative Jennings. Senate File 54, having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk will call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
No.
Banks.
Aye.
Bear.
No.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown, excused. Burkhart.
Aye.
Burt.
No.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air. Air.
Excused.
Flitner,
Aye.
Fortner,
No.
Gray,
No.
Greer,
Aye.
Hallinan,
Aye.
Haroldson,
No.
Harshman, Harshman,
Excused.
I'm an aye. I apologize.
aye. Harshman, aye. Heiner,
Aye.
Henderson,
Aye.
Hunt,
No.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
No.
Larson Lloyd,
Aye.
Larson Dan,
No.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Nyman,
No.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
Aye.
Obermuller, Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman, Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
Aye.
Summers,
Aye.
Stith,
Aye.
Stivar,
No.
Sweeney,
Aye.
Walters, Walters, Washit,
Aye.
Western,
Aye.
Wharf,
Aye.
Williams,
No.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter,
No.
Yin,
Aye.
Zawanitzer,
Aye.
Mr. Speaker,
Aye.
Walters,
Excused.
excused. Closing vote, are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 42 aye, 15 no, 3 excused.
Senate File 54, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, Senate File 54 has passed the House. All right, members, so now we're going to proceed with our list that was accelerated from second reading. So I'll give you the order. Chief Clerk, we're taking up in the order that it was accelerated, correct?
Yes.
All right, so members, that'll be Senate File 18, 26, 53, and then the last one will be House Bill 58. We are on Senate File, next bill for our consideration is Senate File 18.
Senate File 18, sponsored by corporations, elections, and political subdivisions. Universal occupational licensure, an act relating to professions and occupations, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
Thank you. There is an amendment. Representative Larson, Dan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do want to say that I'm totally in favor of this this bill, but I think a small amendment is needed after listening to some of the businesses up in my area. I bring you amendment number 3, or third reading amendment number 1 for Senate File 18, and I move that. On page 3, line 12, it says after degree, we will insert with curriculum deemed substantially equivalent by the last licensing board. And I'll kind of read that whole paragraph for you, or section A. It says the educational equivalency shall be determined by whether the degree required is a doctorate, master's, bachelor's, associate, or other degree. And we're adding with curriculum deemed substantially equivalent by the licensing board. And I have an example of where this might occur. And so I'll kind of try to explain it to you. Let's say that you have a candidate for a land surveying license, and it may not have an associate degree, but they may have taken several math and science classes at a couple of different schools. So they may have the coursework required, but not the degree that is stipulated in this section. This language gives the board the ability to look at the coursework and to help a candidate meet the licensing requirements without being stuck on them having exactly the degree. Additionally, if a candidate does not have all the background they need, the board can identify the deficiencies so they can get more experience or take more coursework to overcome these. So I would ask you to support this amendment.
Thank you very much. Any member for their first time? I have Representative Duncan and Representative Zwanitzer. Representative Duncan for your first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am on in support of this amendment, and as well as for the bill. So we actually did hear a little bit of this concern from engineers, and it's personally, I don't think it's necessary, but if it made the engineers and surveyors feel more comfortable, then by all means, let's go for it. So thank you.
Thank you. Representative Chairman Zwanitzer and then Representative Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Similar to the last speaker, I'm not sure it's needed, but I do have some concerns with the testimony provided from the bringer of the amendment. When you read the language in it, still would require a degree. And so when I read the amendment, what I anticipate and what I expected it to do was really call into question where a degree is from, whether it's a PhD or an associate's, to allow that licensing board to review that degree. I did this in a previous life when we had college instructors applying for jobs, and did they go to an accredited university? Was the classes they took at that university similar to what they would be at a different university? And so it does worry me a little bit that some licensing boards may say, well, this person has a degree from University X and this person has a degree from University Y, and we just don't like University Y. And then they could bounce somebody applying for one of these universal licenses based on their belief on what a curriculum standardization is. But the way I read the wording of the amendment and the bill is you still have to have the degree, whether it's doctorate, master's, bachelor's, associates, or other degree with significant coursework to the board. So this is one of those, we're fencing in a little bit, but I do understand that this is a broad change for some boards and commissions. And if this makes one of our boards and commissions feel more comfortable with this process, it's not going to make or break the bill, in my opinion.
Thank you very much. Representative Simpson for your first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May add a little bit of insight here. Professional land surveyors and professional engineers have licensing, have a board that we work off from, and we have to be licensed through. The issue isn't so much universities. We welcome all universities that have accredited programs, but some states allow degrees, a BS degree, for example, an engineering technician degree. They allow those types of people with those degrees to become a licensed professional engineer. Our state does not. Our state has that bar that we require degrees from accredited universities that with a particular emphasis on engineering. So this just makes it a little safer for us. We hate to lower in the bar for some people and not others. And so we encourage you to vote aye on the amendment and aye on the bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Representative O'Hearn for your first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm on and for the amendment because I've heard quite a few of my colleagues in the PLS and engineering being in the construction fields. They're definitely for this. So I'm on and for the amendment and for the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member for their first time? Any other member for their first time? Any other member for the first time, second time? Any member for the second time before the sponsor? Second time before the sponsor, Representative Larson.
Mr.
Dan.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker, thank you. I thank all those for the good comments. And if the chair, good chairman has some ideas that maybe we didn't get quite right when we go to a conference, maybe we need to dig into it a little bit more. But I think this is a good addition, and I hope you vote for the amendment.
Thank you very much, members. We're voting on third reading amendment number 1 to Senate File 18. All those in favor, please raise your hand to your screen. Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. The amendment has been adopted. Senate File 18, having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Fair.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown excused. Air.
Aye.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Burkhart. Burkhart.
Aye.
Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer.
Aye.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
Aye.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Jennings.
Aye.
Kenner.
Aye.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
Aye.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
Martinez. Repeat, please.
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom. Newsom.
Aye.
Nicholas.
Aye.
Oakley.
Aye.
Obermuller.
Aye.
O'Hearn.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Ottman.
Aye.
Paxton.
Aye.
Provenza.
Aye.
Roscoe.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Sherwood.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Summers.
Aye.
Stith.
Aye.
Stibar.
Aye.
Sweeney.
Aye.
Walters.
Aye.
Washit.
Aye.
Western.
Aye.
Worf.
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
Aye.
Zawanitzer.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker.
Aye.
Closing vote. Are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 59 aye, 1 excused.
Senate File 18, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, Senate File 18 has passed the House. Next bill for our consideration is Senate File 26.
Senate File 26, sponsored by Agriculture, Animal Abuse Statutes Reorganization and Update, an act relating to animal abuse crimes, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
Thank you, Chief Clerk. We do have an amendment. Chairman Greer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll move third reading amendment number 1 to House Bill 26. Withdraw it to correct time. I'll try to be brief with this. I've never liked this whole area of legislation because it's very awkward and difficult and has conflicting we run across conflicting values within the state with agriculture and then those people that deal with pets. There's been a lot of work done over the years. I want to say that the work with this bill is substantially better than what we've had. I'm going to take this unique position of saying that I'm going to encourage you to vote for this bill. The reason I wanted to take a moment right here, though, is say I don't think we're done. And those people on the Ag Committee are probably going, oh boy. But the reason why, and when you look at, even look at Title 11, it's a definitional issue that really is problematic. And so when I had the opportunity to go ahead and line in all of the longstanding committee amendment and read through the bill, so we talk about animal cruelty, but we do definitions for livestock and we do definitions for pets. And then we talk about animals throughout the bill. And there is one place that really should require a correction where it should say an animal, and it's on page 4, line 1, and it says it. Well, you keep going through the bill, then we switch and we start talking about wildlife. Then we talk about domesticated livestock. Okay, so these are those things that again, I think the work that's been done and how this went from ag to judiciary is admirable and great work. The bill, again, while I don't like the subject matter at all, I'm still just going to say this is good work and a good thing moving forward. I just don't think we're done. We need to reconcile some of those definitions. And so with that, that's as brief as I'll be, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Speaker Pro Tem. I have Chairman Eklund and then Representative Hunt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So when I first saw the amendment, I thought, oh dear, I just hate battling with my friend across from the Basin area. We do it though. And I'm inclined to agree with him. This might be the first time that we have the framework of something that we can build off of. Previous times that we've worked on this bill, we've gotten nowhere. They would eventually be killed somewhere in the process because they made too many people too uncomfortable. But I think this is something that is not going to do harm. It should do a little bit of good, and we can work off of it with various amendments. I don't look at the details nearly well enough. Or define, clear definitions is something that the attorneys do really well. I am glad that it went to judiciary, and I'm glad it got reviewed by people that will actually use this law.
Thank you very much. Representative Hunt, for your first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and ditto to my successor on the Ag Committee. But for the newer members who might not have noticed this yet, although I'm sure you have, this has been an issue a long time standing. And while this bill may not be perfect, it is, I would say, the culmination of years of work, and this is going on my 11th session in this body. Has been a constant presence, and as one of the terms we use in this body is an old friend when we have bills that we brought up on issues year after year after year. But anyway, I actually I was going to pull my hair out at first when I saw this amendment, but I actually thank the good chairman and my good friend from Minerals for bringing this point up, because I don't think it's ever going to be an issue that's fully going to go away, and it's going to be one of those things that it's never a perfect solution. But with all of our agricultural interests in the state and all of that coming into consideration, I do believe that this is a very good bill. So yeah, good work to the Ag Committee, and good work, thank you to the Judiciary Committee for helping us in the home stretch, and particularly to the good new representative from Johnson County for pointing out a couple of instances that we and the Ag Committee over at the interim had overlooked. So anyway, good bill, vote aye. Shutting up, thank you.
Thank you. Drop the mic right there. Thank you. Any other member for their first time? Member for their first time? Chairman Zwanitzer, first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just a friendly advance notice. I'm aware of at least 3 other filed bills and 2 other bills dealing with animal cruelty forthcoming. The issue will be, assumedly, this will be put into law if we vote yes today. We're going to have to do some amendments on some of those bills, I think, to conform everything. So just keep that in mind with the way the session is bifurcated. I assume this will become law, and then I haven't got a good feel of what's going to happen on how we amend bills next month that fall in line with new statutes that we're doing now. But with 5 bills that I know of forthcoming, we're going to have a lot of conversations this year on similar issues.
Thank you, Chairman. I guess the assumption is that they get introduced maybe with that. Sorry. Any other member for their first time? Member for their first time? Member for their second time? Member for their second time? To the sponsor, Chairman Greer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Vote yes. This is a great step forward. Mr. Speaker, I withdraw the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senate File 53 having been read, I'm sorry, Senate File 26 having been read 3 separate times. The question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk will call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Bear.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown excused. Burkhart.
Aye.
Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer.
Aye.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
Aye.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Jennings.
Aye.
Kenner.
Aye.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
Aye.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Nicholas.
Aye.
Oakley.
Aye.
Obermuller.
Aye.
O'Hearn.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Ottman.
Aye.
Paxton.
Aye.
Provenza.
Aye.
Roscoe.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Sherwood.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Summers.
Aye.
How you doing?
Stith.
Aye.
Stivar.
Aye.
Sweeney.
Aye.
Walters.
Aye.
Washit.
Aye.
Western.
Aye.
Worf.
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
Aye.
Zawanitzer.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker.
Aye.
Closing vote. Blackburn.
Aye.
Blackburn, aye. Closing vote. Are there any changes? Brown,
Aye.
excused to aye. Further changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 60 aye.
Senate File 26, having received the majority affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, Senate File 26 has passed the House. Next bill for our consideration is Senate File 53.
Senate File 53, sponsored by Labor, Health, and Social Services, Private Ground Ambulance Service Provider Assessment Act, an act relating to public welfare, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
There are no amendments. Senate File 53 having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? Chief Clerk will please call the roll.
Andrew,
Aye.
Baker,
No.
Banks,
Aye.
Bear,
Aye.
Blackburn,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Burkhart. Burkhart,
Aye.
Burt,
Aye.
Clausen,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Connolly,
Aye.
Crago,
Aye.
Duncan,
Aye.
Eklund,
Aye.
Air,
Aye.
Flitner,
Aye.
Fortner,
Aye.
Gray,
No.
Greer,
Aye.
Hallinan,
Aye.
Haroldson,
No.
Harshman,
Aye.
Heiner,
Aye.
Henderson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
Aye.
Larson Lloyd,
Aye.
Larson Dan,
No.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Aye,
Yes, aye.
Nyman,
Aye.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
Aye.
Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman,
No.
Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
Aye.
Summers,
Aye.
Stiff,
Aye.
Stibar,
No.
Queenie,
Aye.
Walters,
Aye.
Washit,
Aye.
Western,
Aye.
Worf,
No.
Williams,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter,
No.
Yin,
Aye.
Zawanitzer.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker,
Aye.
closing vote. Are there any changes? Fortner, aye to no. Further changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 50 aye, 10 no.
Senate File 53, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, Senate File 53 has passed the House. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 58.
House Bill 58, sponsored by Travel, Recreation, Wildlife, and Cultural Resources. State Parks Account Expenditure Authority, an act relating to state lands, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
House Bill 58, having been read 3 separate times, the question is, shall the bill pass? The Chief Clerk will call the roll.
Andrew,
Aye.
Baker,
No.
Banks,
Aye.
Bear,
Aye.
Blackburn, Brown,
Aye.
Burkhart,
Aye.
Burt,
No.
Clausen,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Connolly,
Aye.
Crago,
Aye.
Duncan,
Aye.
Eklund,
Aye.
Air,
Aye.
Flitner,
Aye.
Fortner,
Aye.
Gray,
Aye.
Greer,
No.
Hallinan,
Aye.
Haroldson,
Aye.
Harshman,
Aye.
Heiner,
Aye.
Henderson,
No.
Hunt,
Aye.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
No.
Repeat, please. Larson Lloyd,
No.
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 Larson Dan,
No.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Nyman,
No.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
No.
Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman,
Aye.
Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
No.
Summers,
Aye.
Stith,
Aye.
Stibar,
No.
Queenie,
Aye.
Walters,
Aye.
Washit,
Aye.
Western, Western, Wharf,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter,
Aye.
Yin,
Aye.
Zawanitzer,
Aye.
Mr. Speaker,
Aye.
Blackburn,
No.
Western,
Excused.
excused. Closing vote, are there any changes? Fortner, aye to no. Hunt, aye to no. Further changes? Hallinan, aye to no. Further changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 44 aye, 15 no, 1 excused.
House Bill 58, having received the affirmative vote of the majority of the members elected to the House, House Bill 58 has passed the House. Well done, members of the 66th. We have completed all of our third readings on bills, and now you'll get to see the result of the what we did with our House bills that started here, because we're going to have a whole bunch of messages to concur with, messages from the Senate. So Chief Clerk, is the next order of business message from the Senate? Do we have something else we need to do?
No, messages from the Senate is fine.
Message from the Senate, Chief Clerk, please.
Message 135, Mr. Speaker, the Senate did concur on House amendments to the bills listed below by the vote indicated. Senate File 43, Wyoming Energy Authority Amendments, ayes 30. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 136, Mr. Speaker, House Bill 15, Department of Transportation Communication Facilities. The House bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 29, noes 1, respectfully, sincerely. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 137, Mr. Speaker, the bills listed below passed the Senate on third reading by the vote indicated. House Bill 18, Military Training Memorials. Ayes 30. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 138, Mr. Speaker, the bill listed below passed the Senate on third reading by the vote indicated. House Bill 25, Tribal Vehicle Registration Exemption Implementation. Ayes 30. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 139, Mr. Speaker, House Bill 30, Public Utility Assessment. The bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 20, noes 10. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 140, Mr. Speaker, the bills listed below passed the Senate on third reading by the vote indicated. House Bill 30, Theft Statute Amendment. Ayes 30. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 141. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 44, Omnibus Water Bill Construction. The House bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 30. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 142. Mr. Speaker, the bill listed below passed the Senate on third reading by the vote indicated. House Bill 45, changes to water right notice requirements for hearing. Ayes 30. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 143. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 53, invasive plant species. The House bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 17, noes 13. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 144. Mr. Speaker, the bill listed below passed the Senate on third reading by the vote indicated. House Bill 66, 2021, large project funding. Ayes 29, noes 1. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 146. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 9, short time compensation program. The House bill listed above passed the third reading in amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 28, noes 2. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 147. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 13, alcoholic beverage regulation. The House bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 28, conflict 2. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. House Bill 148. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 27, Business Code Revisions. The House bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 29, noes 1. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. You are muted, sir.
That was the best I've sounded all day. Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, are we going to go through the same process that the concurrence messages will be emailed out to all the members?
Yes, I have just completed emailing the chairman. I have not emailed the representatives yet. And then I also have some enrolled acts, but I need to get them to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Chief Clerk. So members, we're at that order of business of bills on introduction, reading, and reference. Chief Clerk, are you ready to begin this?
I think so.
We'll just stand at ease for a moment while the Chief Clerk gets her things in order. Just the members of the public don't know this, but as I've probably mentioned before to the body, the bills are in envelopes and the Chief Clerk goes through every one of them, makes a notation on the front of every one of them every time there's an action taken. So it requires a lot of hand action as you're going through the bills. You got to touch every one of these folders as we're doing this. So when you're ready, Chief Clerk, please let me know.
I think I'm ready, sir.
All right. The first bill for our consideration is House Bill 82.
House Bill 82, sponsored by Representative Henderson.
First reading of the bill.
Implementation requirements for medical marijuana.
House Bill 82 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 85.
House Bill 85, sponsored by Representative Stiff.
First reading of the bill.
Unlawful dissemination of an intimate image.
House Bill 85 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Next bill for our consideration is Senate File 21.
Senate File 21, sponsored by Judiciary.
First reading of the bill. Actually, Chief Clerk,
Yes, sir.
do we need to read in the Senate files? Oh, we do. I'm sorry.
Yes, we do.
First reading of the bill.
Judicial review of agency actions, permissible venues.
House Bill 21 or Senate File 21 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Next file for consideration is Senate File 50.
Senate File 50, Senate File 50, sponsored by Agriculture.
First reading of the bill.
COVID-19 Business Relief Programs, Agriculture.
Senate File 50 is referred to Committee Number 2, Appropriations. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 99.
House Bill 99, sponsored by Representative Gray.
First reading of the bill.
Property tax increase limit 2.
House Bill 99 is referred to Committee Number 3, Revenue. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 57.
House Bill 57, sponsored by Representative Brown.
First reading of the bill.
Advancement enrollment.
House Bill 57 is referred to Committee Number 4, Education. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 77.
House Bill 77, sponsored by Representative Zwanitzer.
First reading of the bill.
School district reorganization.
House Bill 77 is referred to Committee Number 3, Education. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 80.
House Bill 80, sponsored by Representative Duncan.
Actually, I need to back up there. I think I referred that last bill to Committee Number 3, and it's actually Committee Number 4, Education. I said 3, should have been 4, Education. Next bill, first reading of the bill. House Bill 80. House Bill 80.
House Bill 80, sponsored by Representative Duncan.
First reading of the bill.
Kindergarten start date.
House Bill 80 is referred to Committee Number 4, Education. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 81.
House Bill 81, sponsored by Representative Baker.
First reading of the bill.
School finance litigation.
House Bill 81 is referred to Committee Number 4, Education. Next bill for our introduction consideration is House Bill 89.
House Bill 89, sponsored by Representative Hallinan.
First reading of the bill.
School finance amendments.
House Bill 89 is referred to Committee Number 4, Education. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 97.
House Bill 97, sponsored by Appropriations.
First reading of the bill.
Interstate Compact for Education withdrawal.
House Bill 97 is referred to Committee Number 4, Education. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 84.
House Bill 84, sponsored by Representative Western.
First reading of the bill.
The Naomi Hunting Age Exception Act.
House Bill 84 is referred to Committee Number 6, Travel. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 86.
House Bill 86, sponsored by Representative Newsom.
First reading of the bill.
Off-road recreational vehicles registration authorized.
House Bill 86 is referred to Committee Number 6, Travel. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 93.
House Bill 93, sponsored by Representative Williams.
First reading of the bill.
Specifying livestock qualifying for compensation.
House Bill 93 is referred to Committee Number 6, Travel. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 101.
House Bill 101, sponsored by Representative Summers.
First reading of the bill.
Elk feed ground closing requirements.
House Bill 101 is referred to Committee Number 6, Travel. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 12.
House Bill 12, sponsored by Representative Stivar.
First reading of the bill.
Bond elections.
House Bill 12 is referred to Committee Number 7, Corporations. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 65.
House Bill 65, sponsored by Representative Larson Dan. No,
First reading.
Larson Lloyd.
Thank you. First reading of the bill.
Political subdivision deposits.
House Bill 65 is referred to Committee Number 7, Corporations. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 72.
House Bill 72, sponsored by Representative Sweeney.
First reading of the bill.
Transfer of water and sewer district operations.
House Bill 72 is referred to Committee Number 7, Corporations. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 75.
House Bill 75, sponsored by Representative Gray.
First reading of the bill.
Voter fraud prevention.
House Bill 75 is referred to Committee Number 7, Corporations. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 26.
House Bill 26, sponsored by Revenue.
First reading of the bill.
Fuel tax.
House Bill 26. House Bill 26 is referred to Committee Number 8, Transportation. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 71.
House Bill 71, sponsored by Representative Bear.
First reading of the bill.
Mountain Standard Time.
House Bill 71 is referred to Committee Number 8, Transportation. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 40.
House Bill 40, sponsored by Representative Heiner.
First reading of the bill.
Industrial siting revisions.
House Bill 40 is referred to Committee Number 9, Minerals. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 64.
House Bill 64, sponsored by Representative Greer.
First reading of the bill.
Uniform Fraudulent Transfer Act extinguishing claims.
House Bill 64 is referred to Committee Number 9, Minerals. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 68.
House Bill 68, sponsored by Representative Greer.
First reading of the bill.
Wyoming Statutory Foundation Act amendments.
House Bill 64 is referred to Committee Number 9, Minerals. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 69.
House Bill 69, sponsored by Representative Greer.
First reading of the bill.
Division of banking fees.
House Bill 69 is referred to Committee Number 9, Minerals. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 83.
House Bill 83, sponsored by Representative Stiff.
First reading of the bill.
Healthcare cost control.
House Bill 83 is referred to Committee Number 10, Labor. Next bill for our consideration is House Bill 100.
House Bill 100, sponsored by Representative Winter.
First reading of the bill.
Denturist practice.
House Bill 100 is referred to Committee Number 10, Labor. Thank you very much, Chief Clerk. So members, that was 27 bills that got sent out to committees, and we'll reevaluate in the morning. What I'm trying to do is keep the committees with 6 to 8 bills in front of them. So I'll take a look at it. I know a few committees had meetings today, and so I got to reevaluate the list. So there will be more introductions, and as some of you know, there were bills that came on the internet today. Were just released today that I actually don't have the folder on them, the bill file on yet. So I need the bill file before I can make the introductions. Chief Clerk, do we want to stand at ease for 10 minutes and get in order our reading and signing of enrolled acts?
Sure.
Is that our next order of business? So members, we will stand at ease until, let's make it 4 o'clock, 12 minutes. Stand at ease till 4 o'clock. And LSO, our staff, if you would just put up a note that we're standing at ease until 4 p.m. The House will please come to order. Thank you, members, for your patience as we shuffle papers. The chief clerk is taking care of a lot of different tasks right now, and I think we're on track. So members, I'll just kind of outline what we're going to do. We're going to first sign enrolled acts. First, we'll start with House bills, and then we'll go to Senate files. So these are bills that were concurred on and or not amended, or that were concurred on if they were amended. And they will now, from here, they will go to the chief executive's hands. The next order of business will be request to concur. The chief clerk has mailed each of all the members, all of the messages, request to concur. So these will be bills that House bills that went to the Senate and they amended, and now they're asking us to agree to their amendments. Just like we did with Chairman Greer this morning, we're going to have a group of those. I believe what I anticipate is we'll have several from minerals, potentially a couple from agriculture, and there's one other committee, and I'm sorry I can't come up with it off the top of my head. I believe at Chairman Zwanich's request, we will take up those concurrences in the morning. So, as Chairman Harshman had a concurrence or two as well. So we'll take up, first we'll sign enrolled acts, and then we'll take up concurrences. So while I'm signing enrolled acts, you folks can work through those, take a look through those concurrences. Chief Clerk, could we do the concurrences in committee order, or could you give us an order of how you'd like to do the concurrences so folks can kind of get a roster of them, please?
We normally do them by message order.
Perfect. Would you be able to give us the message and the bill so they could kind of have it in order, please?
Okay, the first one is going to be message 139, House Bill 30.
Thank you.
Message 141, House Bill 44. Message 143, House Bill 53. Message 146, House Bill 9. And then I believe we weren't going to take up the three from corporation or from Representative Zwanitzer, correct?
Chairman Zwanitzer, are you on the call? Are you on with us? Chairman Zwanitzer. Well, for the time being, Chairman, we won't worry about Chairman Zwanitzer. So members, I just want you to be preparing as we go through these. It'll be 139, 141, 143, 146, and the chairman will certainly get up and explain the request, and then certainly we'll take any questions and visit through that should we need to. All right, we're at that order of business of signing enrolled acts. The first act for signing is enrolled act number 6, being original House Bill 8. Chief Clerk, please read the enrolled act.
An act relating to trade and commerce, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign enrolled act number 6, being original House Bill number 8. I have so signed. The next enrolled act for our consideration is House Enrolled Act number 7, being original House Bill 18.
An act relating to honoring military members, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign enrolled act number 7, being original House Bill 18. I have so signed. Next bill for our Enrolled Act for consideration is House Enrolled Act number 8, being original House Bill 25.
An act relating to motor vehicles, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 8, being original House Bill 25. I have so signed. The next Enrolled Act for consideration is Enrolled Act number 9, being original House Bill 35.
An act relating to crimes and offenses, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 9, being original House Bill 35. I have so signed. Next Enrolled Act for consideration is House Enrolled Act number 10, being original House Bill 45.
An act relating to water, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 10, being original House Bill 45. I have so signed. Next is House Enrolled Act number 11, being original House Bill 66.
An act relating to the Wyoming Wildlife and Natural Resource Funding Act, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 11, being original House Bill 66. I have so signed. The next Enrolled Act for us to consider is Enrolled Act number 1, being original Senate File 63.
An act relating to public funds, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 1, being original Senate File 63. I have so signed. Next Enrolled Act number 2, Senate File 42.
An act relating to banks and banking, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 2, being original Senate File 42. I have so signed. Next Enrolled Act number 3, Senate File 41.
An act relating to ad valorem taxation, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming.
I'm about to sign Enrolled Act number 3, being original Senate File 41. I have so signed. Chief Clerk, that clears my green desk. How about yours?
Mine too, thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief Clerk. So now we're at that order of business of messages on concurrence. The first message before us is message 139. And I don't have the bill or the sponsor, Chief Clerk.
That is Representative Harshman, House Bill 30.
House Bill 30. All right, okay. First message for is House Bill 30. Representative Harshman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move message number 139, concurrence on original House Bill 30, public utility assessment. Members, I ask for your favorable aye vote to concur with our colleagues down the hall. Members, I just sent you an email. I just clicked it, so it should be right in your top of your tray. If you could just open that, it has the original fact sheet attachment, but I copied off and pasted really the final part of that fact sheet. I put a big circle around it. If members could I'll just pause for a second, Mr. Speaker, if that's all right. I think if you open it, you'll see a big old circle right there. And so really what our colleagues down the hall did, you can see the concurrence, page 4, line 2.
Chairman Harshman, your mic got muted somehow. Something fell across it or something. Paper or something.
Again.
There you go. Please proceed. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So members, I sent that to you. I think you heard all that. And then, so Mr. Speaker, members, if you would go to on the concurrence report, you can see at page 4, line 2, where our colleagues deleted 1,000 or a mil and inserted 2,000. Now, what their action was is to really take the bill back to the original shape that it came to the House when it went through the joint committee process over the interim. And you'll recall now the current mills that are allowed are up to 3, and given the lack of power usage, frankly, by some of our biggest customers in the state, usage has dropped dramatically. And of course, the appropriation is set by us, the legislature, and there was testimony that we could drop this in half and lower it to 1, from 2 to 1 would give the Public Service Commission the ability to levy 4. Our Senate colleagues wanted it back at 5. You can see they voted 20 to 10 to approve this bill and send it on to us, and are asking for our concurrence. And the reason I'm asking for us House members to concur, Mr. Speaker, is really, I think the handout I sent to you. And I think it's, we want a strong Public Service Commission. That keeps it's huge for our oil and gas industry, our mining industry, to have the lowest rates possible. And we have challenges because we have so few consumer customers. And so we're going to struggle. But you can see then if what I sent to you, Mr. Speaker, the part I circled on $100 residential bill is the change. If it is fully adopted, would be 10 cents. If we concur with the Senate amendment, that would move to 20 cents. So you could just double all those in that right column. So if you have a commercial business that does a $1,000 electric bill, it would move from $1 a month maximum increase to $2 a month, just down there. I didn't circle that part, but it'd be just below that circle. And then say you're the largest customer in the state, have $1 million monthly electrical bill, it would move from a maximum 1,000 to 2,000. So again, I just think it's going to be so important to have a strong Public Service Committee. They're our front line for our economy, to regulate these massive monopolies that control this vital function. So encourage that, and would answer any questions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Chairman Harshman. So members, just to remind you, it's third reading discussion rules. And so we'll have first time, second time, and then back to the sponsor. So for the first time, Representative Stith, Baker, then Hallinan. Representative Stith.
Mr. Speaker, just a question for the presenter. If the testimony was that increasing it from 3 mills to 4 mills would be enough to cover their budget shortfall, why would we give them double the increase? I just don't get that. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Baker, first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On and against concurrence, and just so that the new members understand that if this body does not concur, what happens is there'll be a conference committee appointed, and we'll have an opportunity to go back and meet with the other body and really negotiate. I think it's an opportunity for us as a body to really show our constituents that we're looking out for their best interests. As the previous speaker said, the testimony was clear that even 3.5 to 3.6 mills would be enough to cover their next biennial budget. So offering them 5 mills really is a huge latitude. I think it's just a real opportunity for us. On and against concurrence, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Representative Hallinan, for your first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our committee looked at this bill and we decided that 1 mill was enough to take care of their needs for the next period of time. In fact, the amount, as my previous speaker mentioned, 3.5 mil was enough under the current circumstances. So I think 4 mills is plenty for this body to go ahead and approve. So I'm against concurrence on this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I have Representative Conley and then Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm in favor of the concurrence. We heard this bill during the interim, extensively during the interim. And what this amendment does is simply bring the bill back to what your interim committee decided after hearing extensive testimony. So I'm in favor.
Thank you very much. I have Representative Gray and then Nicholas, Chairman Nicholas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First for a second.
Thank you very much. Chairman Nicholas.
Thank you. And probably some clarification would help. But my understanding is that they only assess and receive what they need for their operations. So it's not like that if we put it at 5 mils that they're going to get 5 mils. It doesn't work that way. They have an assessment, and they anything that they do not use, or then they return those funds. So that, because these are obviously funds that come from the entities, and they want to minimize what that is and what their operational costs are. So by raising it to 5 mils, what we really do is allow them to continue to operate over the next 10, 15 years in all probability before they'll ever need it, unless there's you know, I don't know if you saw the handouts that went out, but there was a dramatic decline in the total amount of use of electricity. If that, and they only projected it out about 6 years. If that goes, if we have another downturn like that again, and one of the other large providers no longer uses lots of electricity, then they may need another mill. And so what this does is just says, we're looking into the future. When and if you need it, it'll be available. But I think and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm quite sure that they only use what they need. And as a result of that, we're just giving them authority to do it. So it's I'm in favor of the concurrence.
Thank you very much. I have Representative Sweeney, Air, Roscoe in that order. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First for a second.
Thank you, Representative Air.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I believe this is a case of we may be looking at saving a dime and end up costing us $1. We need a well-funded, well-functioning public service commission. The decisions that they make could save our consumers far more than this dime or so that it's going to cost on their monthly utility bills. So I won't talk any longer, but I would urge your concurrence on this.
Thank you very much. Representative Roscoe, first time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would totally agree with the last speaker, and some of the complexities of what they're working on now are these applications that they're getting are far more complicated than they used to be with the change in energy usage and generation. Also, there's some regional initiatives that are coming through there. It's far more complicated than it used to be. So on and in favor of concurrence. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member for their first time on the concurrence message 139? Any other members for their first time? First time, second time. Any member for their second time? Representative Gray, second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to urge a no vote for concurrence. The committee worked on this, and I think we should hold the committee's work and the position they came up with. And you know, it's very confusing to me because they say that, well, it's bounded by their budget. Well, if it's bounded by their budget, what they ultimately spend, then why are we increasing it 4 times now what their current budget requires? You know, as we've talked about, the current testimony was really under the current budget, they'd only need a $0.5 mil. So now we're increasing their authority to 2 mils. I mean, that's beyond looking to the future. I mean, that's like looking to the next millennium. And I don't think we need this. I mean, the downturn in the use of energy was because of COVID, and hopefully we're getting out of that this year. And so why would we need to increase this authority? And I think we should exhibit the legislative oversight and just limit it to the one, which is already more than enough, more than about double what they currently need. So thank you. Urge a no vote.
Thank you, Representative Gray. And just a note to the body, probably Representative Gray might be the only one that sees the next millennia of this body. So I hope so. Thank you. I've got Representative Sweeney for your second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I hope you're wrong on but so totally for concurrence, and not surprising, but I think a couple of things from the handout was already pointed out. The decline in revenues, but it wasn't all just related to COVID. There's been this huge shift on telecommunications also that we were getting money on, and that's part of this that's actually going to go away. And I'd also comment that it still has to come back. Their budget is approved, but it is oversight through joint appropriations, and it's up to. It's not that they would necessarily get the full 4 mills or go up to 4 mills or 5 mills, and it's what they would need. So who knows what the large users will continue to use as things change. And so this just gives a little flexibility. Lastly, I would point out that the last time this was changed from 3 mills was 1973. So I just think I agree. 4 mills would have been fine, but with the vote that came out of our good friends from down the hall, I think concurrence is warranted, and I would urge your aye vote for concurrence. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any other member for their second time? We're on second time before the chairman. Second time before the chairman. Seeing none, to the chairman, Harshman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Appreciate all the debate and the questions. I think, the first question, the good representative from Sweetwater said, why? And we were told that it was 3.5, 3.6. And I think part of that was answered, the good representative from Natrona County. And I know this is a prop, but you all got one of those buzzing on you all day. Those, the one with cords that I grew up on with the 3-foot cord, those are going away. Very few of them left. I don't know if any of you, I know one representative that has one. And so that's a tremendous drop, and it's going to be a cliff of that in about 3 years. I think the 3 members that returned on revenue know that. That was something I had to learn. I learned. But I think the key part is really that our legislative oversight of this agency, this is an agency like any other agency, we set their budget. So if you want to bring a budget amendment next month to cut 8 employees, you could lower this mill probably down to 1.25. And so I think whatever we set the budget at, then the Department of Revenue, read the statute, works with this agency and they set the appropriate mill levy. And if they were wrong and assessed $10 too much, then that $10 goes back into the next year's budget. They don't have an LSRA or a rainy day fund like us or any contingency like other agencies. We appropriate, we say what the budget is. The Department of Revenue and that agency matches it with the mill levy. The problem is we're bumping up against it. So the PSC is the front line for us, our whole economy. And finally, I'll just say this, Mr. Speaker. I've got a lot of scars with some serious bicameralism debates with our colleagues down the hall. I do. I mean, chaired appropriations for 4 years. I was on budget conference committees for at least 15 years. You know, I mean, so there's some things that we're going to stand up and say, please vote no on this concurrence. We want to talk about this. I don't know if this is the one to do that on. And, you know, if this was an automatic rate increase and it was going to add 20 cents to everybody's electric bill, yeah, maybe I don't think it's going to. I think at most it might add 5 cents and then go away and nobody will ever talk about this again for probably 30 or 40 more years. But I think we want to make sure our PSC, particularly in our state, where we have so few residential customers, has to be strong. And so when I saw our colleagues vote and pass this 20-10, I thought, shoot, I'm going to pick my battles. And so that's why I'm urging our concurrence vote. So thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Harshman. We are voting on the motion to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 30. A majority of the elected members is required. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew,
No.
Baker,
No.
Banks,
Aye.
Bear,
No.
Blackburn,
No.
Brown,
Aye.
Burkhart,
Aye.
Burt,
No.
Clausen,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Connolly,
Aye.
Crago,
Aye.
Duncan,
Aye.
Eklund,
Aye.
Air,
Aye.
Flitner,
Aye.
Fortner,
No.
Gray,
Nope.
Greer,
Aye.
Hallinan,
No.
Haroldson,
No.
Harshman,
Aye.
Heiner,
No.
Henderson,
Aye.
Hunt,
No.
Jennings,
No.
Kenner,
Aye.
Knapp,
No.
Larson Lloyd,
Aye.
Larson Dan,
No.
McGuire,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Nyman,
No.
Newsom,
Aye.
Nicholas,
Aye.
Oakley,
Aye.
Obermuller,
Aye.
O'Hearn,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Ottman,
No.
Paxton,
Aye.
Provenza,
Aye.
Roscoe,
Aye.
Schwartz, Schwartz,
Excused.
excused, Sherwood,
Aye.
Simpson,
No.
Summers,
Aye.
Stiff,
No.
Stybar,
No.
Sweeney,
Aye.
Walters,
Aye.
Washut,
No.
Western,
Aye.
Wharf,
No.
Williams,
No.
Wilson,
Aye.
Winter,
No.
Yin,
Aye.
Swanitzer, Swanitzer,
Excused.
excused, Mr. Speaker.
Aye.
Closing vote, are there any changes? Closing vote. Vote is closed, 35 aye, 23 no, 2 excused.
By your vote, you have voted to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 30. The next message for our consideration is message number 141 on House Bill 44, Chairman Eklund.
Mr. Speaker, I move message number 141, concurrence on House Bill 44, the omnibus water bill construction. And body, I would ask for an aye vote on this. The Senate has fixed a couple of technicalities. If you look on page 11, line 22, they've deleted improvements that should not have been in there. We're talking about a noun and somehow it came through as a sentence. So that word should be removed. Also on page 23, line 10, they've deleted 16.6.1019, I believe, Romanet 9, and inserted, it's the same statute, but inserted a little a in between there. That's probably an important catch. It's still somewhat technical. And then they did that same thing on page 25, line 13, and these are good catches. So I would urge an aye vote for concurrence on message 141, House Bill 44, omnibus water bill construction, and I'd stand for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Vice Chair Larson, Lloyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I too would support concurrence on this, but Mr. Chairman, if I may, yesterday, our good Speaker Pro Tem expressed to us some concern about not being able to really review these and really dig into what concurrences mean. And this is a great example for me. And thank you for giving us time to look at this, because that language on 23 and 25, where we talk about the 16.6.101 Romanet 9 and changing it to Romanet A9 was, you look at that and think, well, that's no big deal. But that was part of a pretty big public works and public contracts discussion we had in our last session. And it rang true to me because I spent about 6 months on those bills. And I think the correction is great, but I would just extend a request out to our good legislators, whom I trust fully and understand select water issues far better than I do. But I get real nervous when we start exempting people from laws that we just passed. And what 16.6.116 A9 does is define what a public work is and then it refers back to what a public entity is. And I think that this language is fair in what you have here in the event that you had some private entity that was receiving monies for this. But if it's a public entity, they need to go through the procurement process and get the type of bids and residency requirements and stuff. And so I just ask you, as you review your omnibus water bill next year and you have similar language, to maybe tighten that up just a little bit to make sure that we're staying in line with the intent of that, of making sure that we get bids and that we're using Wyoming people to go to work. So thank you to the Speaker Pro Tem for making us study these, and thanks to the Select Water Committee for their hard work and support the good Speaker of the good Chairman of Appropriations or of Agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other member for their first time? First time. Member for their first time? Second time. Second time. Members, we are voting on the motion to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 44. The majority of the elected members are required. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Fair.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Burkhart.
Aye.
Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer.
Aye.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
Aye.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Jennings.
Aye.
Kenner.
Aye.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
Aye.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Nicholas.
Aye.
Oakley.
Aye.
Obermuller.
Aye.
O'Hearn.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Ottman.
No.
Paxton.
Aye.
Provenza.
Aye.
Roscoe.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Excused.
Excused. Sherwood.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Summers.
Aye.
Stith.
Aye.
Stivar. Repeat. Aye. Sweeney.
Aye.
Walters.
Aye.
Washit.
Aye.
Western.
Aye.
Wharf.
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
Aye.
Swanitzer. Excused. Barlow.
Aye.
Or Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker, aye. Closing vote. Are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 57 aye, 1 no, 2 excused.
By your vote, you have voted to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 44. The next message for our consideration is message number 143 on House Bill 53. Chairman Eklund.
Mr. Speaker, I move message 143.
Chairman Eklund, Chairman Eklund, would you change where your microphone is, please? Please proceed. Just having a little technical difficulty, folks. Just a little bit of grace here as we deal with technology.
Just hold that down, I think. Mr. Speaker, can you hear me now? I move message 143. It's concurrence with the Senate on House Bill number 53, invasive plant species. Again, we have some minor disagreements, and really they don't change the substance, I don't believe, of the bill. If you look on page 3, line 6, they've changed the word report to reporting. And then if you look at page 5, line 10, they reinsert all stricken language and then delete all new language. And it doesn't change the bill significantly. And I think we can still agree with them on that. Page 5, line 12, before notice, insert give and delete shall be given. Then line 5, page 5, lines 13 and 14, delete all of that new language, and then they reinsert it in a different place. It'd be page 5, line 17. After program, insert notice shall also be given through another medium if the board determines additional publication is necessary to ensure the sufficient notice to the public. I think those are all good changes. I don't really disagree with them. And I would urge an aye vote with the body.
Thank you very much. We're going to Representative Larson. Dan.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the chance to say I'm in support of this concurrence and hope everyone will vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other member? Any other member on the concurrence? So members, I want to remind you of the rules that we adopted, that to vote, we have to have a video presence. So I know some folks you can unmute and not start your video, but if you're going to be voting on this, and some folks may be traveling or doing things, let's make sure the public knows that you are present. So thank you very much for that. Any other member on the concurrence? Members, we're voting on a motion to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 53. A majority of the elected members is required. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Bear.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown. Excused. Burkhart. Burkhart. Burt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air. Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
No.
Greer.
Aye.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
Aye.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Jennings.
No.
Kenner.
Aye.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
Aye.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom. Aye. Nicholas.
Aye.
Oakley.
Aye.
Obermuller.
Aye.
O'Hearn.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Ottman.
Aye.
Paxton.
Aye.
Provenza.
Aye.
Repeat, please.
Aye.
Roscoe.
Aye.
Schwartz, excused. Sherwood.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Summers.
Aye.
Stiff.
Aye.
Stivar.
No.
Sweeney.
Aye.
Walters.
Aye.
Washit.
Aye.
Western.
Aye.
Wharf.
No.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
Aye.
Zwanitzer, excused. Mr.
Aye.
Zwanitzer, excused to aye. Mr. Speaker.
Aye.
Burkhart.
Aye.
Closing vote. Are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 54 aye, 4 no, 2 excused.
By your vote, you have voted to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 53. Next message for our consideration is 146 on House Bill 9. Chairman Greer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move concurrence on House Bill 9 and ask for your favorable consideration. Members, it goes against my grain to be this agreeable, but the Senate amendment's actually a pretty good one. So This is a short-term compensation plan, which is new to Wyoming, and as we discussed, a benefit for employers. It should be a win-win-win all the way around. What the Senate did, as you'll see, is they inserted a new section. So that's the first part, is deleting section 810 and inserting 811 in the first line. And then they moved down, and in the section they inserted is a good section. Now, when I took this bill in front of our House Appropriations Committee, I informally asked them to make sure that they did this every year, but now we have it in statute, and that's even better. And what it is the department's going to report to the Joint Appropriations Committee by November 1 of every year for the next 5 years, and provide a report concerning this program, describing the administration of it, the number of employers participating, and the amount of funds that have been expended by the department on the program. And I know that at least our House Appropriations members will look at that even closer than that for us. And then the final amendment, again, is conforming language because of the addition of the other section. And I ask for an aye vote. It's a good amendment.
Thank you. Any members for their first time, members for their first time? Seeing none, we are voting on the motion to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 9. A majority of the elected members is required. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrew.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Bear.
Aye.
Blackburn.
Aye.
Brown excused. Burkhart.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Clausen.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Crago.
Aye.
Duncan.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Air.
Aye.
Flitner.
Aye.
Fortner.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Greer. Greer.
Aye.
Hallinan.
Aye.
Haroldson.
Aye.
Harshman.
Aye.
Heiner.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Jennings.
Aye.
Kenner.
Aye.
Knapp.
Aye.
Larson Lloyd.
Aye.
Larson Dan.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Newsom. Newsom.
Aye.
Nicholas. Nicholas. Oakley.
Aye.
Obermuller.
Aye.
O'Hearn.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Ottman.
Aye.
Paxton.
Aye.
Provenza.
Aye.
Roscoe.
Aye.
Schwartz excused. Sherwood.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Summers.
Aye.
Stiff.
Aye.
Stivart.
Aye.
Sweeney.
Aye.
Walters.
Aye.
Washit.
Aye.
Western.
Aye.
Wharf.
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Yin.
Aye.
Sawanitzer.
Aye.
Mr. Speaker.
Aye.
Nicholas.
Aye.
Closing vote. Are there any changes? Closing vote. The vote is closed. 58 aye, 2 excused.
By your vote, you have voted to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 9. Chief Clerk, are all the remaining concurrences for Corporations Committee?
Run that by me again.
Are all the remaining concurrences for corporations for Chairman Zwanitzer?
Yes, sir.
All right,
And
so
then-
members, go ahead.
And
Go
I
ahead,
do
Madam
have some messages.
All right. So as I mentioned, members, we'll do the concurrences for chairman for those bills that chairman's corporations committee bills in the morning, as he had some questions on what was actually done, and so he wants to follow up with his Senate colleagues. So with that, messages from the Senate.
Message 154, just a minute. Message 154, Mr. Speaker, House Joint Resolution 1, Traumatic Brain Injury and Post-Traumatic Stress Treatments. The bill listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 18, noes 12. The Senate respectfully asks the House to concur by adopting the listed amendments. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 155, Mr. Speaker, the Senate did concur on House amendments to the bill listed below by the vote indicated. Senate File 60, Monthly Ad Valorem Tax Revisions 2. Ayes 24, noes 6. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. Message 156, Mr. Speaker, the Senate did concur on House amendments to the bill listed below by the vote indicated. Senate File 32, Water Permit Notice Requirements. Ayes 29, noes 1. Sincerely, Ellen Thompson, Senate Chief Clerk. You are muted, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Clerk. Is there anything else on your desk?
Well, yes, but not for today.
Thank you for that. Job security for the Wyoming House of Representatives and our Chief Clerk. All right. So members, I was going to give a little kind of insight in tomorrow. There will be a committee announcement. As some of you know, Chairman Greer's got an event during his committee time tomorrow. So the plan tomorrow will be to come in at 10, take care of business, and then it'll either be it won't be a solid piece a day. So we'll come in at 10. We'll kind of know what we have ahead of us. We'll have an outline. It may be 10, and then maybe reconvene at 1 and be able to finish our business. Now, if there are some non-concurrences on any of these bills, that will require a conference committee, and that might throw another convening. So those folks, I know there's some folks that want to get on the road as the roads are getting poorer by tomorrow midday. So you can count on 10 o'clock as the first time we'll gavel in, likely for some concurrences, and then no earlier than 1 if we step out for a bit, so we can get the paperwork from one end of the building to the other. So with that, Mr. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House adjourn until 10 a.m. tomorrow, the 5th day of February, 2021.
Thank you. Committee announcements. Chairman Paxton. Chairman Paxton, would you unmute? It's contagious. I started it.
I guess it does. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your committee number 4, Education, will meet tomorrow upon noon recess to hear a presentation by UW professors Dr. Mark Godby and Dr. Rob Godby and Dr. Mark Peterson on Wyoming citizens' preference over budget deficit choices. This is a presentation of the most recent Power Wyoming poll. We will not be considering any bills.
Thank you, Chairman Paxton. Chairman Greer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your committee number 9, House Minerals, will meet jointly with their Senate counterpart tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And we're going to get an update from the governor's office, and then we have some presenters to talk about issues associated with the current presidential executive orders, their effect on the oil and gas industry in Wyoming, what some of the things industry are doing. And then the second component of that presentation will also deal with similar types of environmental orders and their effect and some of the actions or or paths that industry is taking. The minerals members will all be part of the panelists along with our speakers. The rest of the members should have been sent a link specifically if you wish to join and watch. Also, you can go on the website. The meeting is posted, and you can come in either as to testify, although we're not going to take questions from the general legislature, or you can watch it on YouTube. So it should be available to you if you wish to follow along. And get our thinking caps on and get Mr. Speaker, get your minerals committee thinking. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Greer. I've never thought that the minerals committee needed any encouragement to be thinking, but I appreciate that. So Chairman Nicholas. Chairman Nicholas.
Speaker, the House Appropriations Committee will meet on adjournment. We're going to work on a interim bill of the joint appropriations, the veterans tax exemption. It's also one of our bills we're working on to reduce our budget deficit. So Ryan will be setting that up. Anyone who wants to participate, you're welcome to sign in.
Thank you very much. Representative Wharf, did you need a privilege of the floor?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Any other members? Any other announcements? Any other announcements? So if you have heard the majority floor leader's motion that the House stand in adjournment until 10 a.m. Friday, February 5th. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All those opposed? Motion carries. The House is adjourned until 10 a.m. February 5th, which will be our 9th day of session for the 66th Wyoming Legislature. Thank you.